Hey, welcome to the Bad Batch podcast, where we talk about all things pop culture, but we have a huge emphasis, as you know, on Star Wars. And this week we'll be diving into the most recent episode of the Book of Boba Fett, which was Chapter 2. I am blanking on if it had an official title,
I think it
but
was
the
just chapter
second
two.
episode. Yeah, we're going to go in. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Justin Samoy, and I'm here with Drew Crispell
Hey yo.
and uh, BJ Davis. That's your name.
Yeah, I think that's my name.
Okay, cool. I'm glad we cleared that up. But yeah, we're just gonna dive right into this one. I mean, Star Wars news is, it's all about Boba Fett right now. But just so we can talk about it just for a second, I forgot this book came out 2 days ago, and I had it pre-ordered. So it is the
Oh
third
right.
book of the High Republic adult novels. Haven't started it yet, but when I do, I guess I'll let you guys know. But that's it.
So yeah, we me and Drew were supposed to read the first one, but we just never got around to it.
It's under my Boba Fett Lego helmet and my Star Wars sign.
Yeah, mine's like right above my Ahsoka Lego. But is this third one? Does it continue on? Like, is it like a continuation? Like,
Yeah, so they're all like linked together because there's children's novels, young adult novels, and then the adult ones. And the adult
mhm.
ones are like way more graphic and they like cover more themes. There's like more like spice talk, like drugs, and then like sexual encounters and stuff like that. But look,
Mm.
it's the first one's the only white book, which I feel like they should have gone all black or all white, but it looks cool.
Or white, gray, black.
Yeah, something like
Ooh,
that.
that would have been
Maybe
cool.
maybe it ends on a not so great note because I know they'll probably open it up or they're not
But
done.
don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be like the golden age is ending, right?
Hmm.
So maybe after the first book, haven't I was starting to read it and like seeing how that was ending, but
Mm.
it was just like light and then goes darker completely.
The second book, what is it called? Rising Storm was probably one of my favorite books I read last year, and
Oh nice.
yeah, I mean, read some cool things, so it's up there. It's exactly like a movie, and if you can imagine it, it's insane. So I'd recommend the High Republic series, but I know it's a lot, so hopefully they make some shows about it soon. But yeah, let's
There you
talk
go.
about Book of Boba Fett,
Yeah. So
Chapter 2.
I will say like talking about it like it, I don't know, like again, like I said last week, I don't know why they didn't just release these two, drop two at the same time, because it would have been way better received and way more suited to that. Because that way you're not doing half backstory, half real time, like a little bit of real time, mostly backstory.
Mm.
Because at first I was like, I mean, I guess cool, like he's getting captured, whatever, and then he's setting himself as a crime boss. But I will say that I think the thing that this episode did really well, and why I think it should have been released at the same time, is like it showed you his character development to the Boba Fett now rather than the Boba Fett of the past, but it showed like a bridging of that, which I thought was cool.
Mm.
Because it showed you like because in Mandalorian you see him, you're like, oh, he's so brutal with just like with just the
The Tusken
bantha
Raider
stick or
staff.
whatever, and like the staff and the rifle and stuff, and we're like, well, where did he even get? I mean, I guess he's like a badass bounty hunter. He's Boba Fett, but
Yeah.
when you think about, he would be normally using more like Mandalorian, like the rockets and all that kind of stuff. Um, but I think that this also really showed his change of like being a bounty hunter to when he says, I'm not Jabba ruled with violence or fear, and I'm ruling with respect, and then seeing how he learned respect through like the Tusken Raiders, I thought
Yeah.
that was really cool. And then it showed him, like it gave him a personality. It showed why he like cares about certain things, what Tatooine like is so ingrained in his life now. And this just skipping over like a certain point, so we'll go circle back to like all of them.
Mhm.
But and like his sacrificial like way to go and do things for people is why he's asserting himself as like a leader, and what he did for Tatooine itself for the Tusken Raiders and stuff. I just thought that was like really impactful, as well as it showed like a bunch of like they're like embedding culture in this as well for the Tusken Raiders, and then back on Boba Fett because he's a like a Maori actor. He's like from New Zealand, so they tried to incorporate a lot of those aspects with that culture, and it like ingrained it. Like the weapon is like very similar to like Maori weapons. The like they basically did the haka at the end. Like I just thought they did a really cool like world building thing there with like incorporating culture and respect and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I just
I
think
really
that
like. Yeah, I really
Well,
liked how they humanized the Sand People.
Mhm.
Yes, showing the culture and like the backstory about them. It makes Anakin killing them a little more
Yeah.
harsh.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And it gave
yeah,
it showed that they're all not the same too, right? Because they were like, oh well, like some of us just go off and like maraud and kill and do all this kind of stuff, where some of us are literally just trying to survive.
Mhm.
yeah, and it's like about these like outsiders coming to your land, and there's like
Mhm.
different tribes of the Tusken Raiders and stuff like that. Yeah, so I think they did do a good job of humanizing them, and I did like that
I
a
will
lot
say one thing
actually.
too, like yes, it is like I mean Star Wars does this thing where they take like tropes or they take like very simple structures like the hero's journey or like whatever else you want to call it and stuff like that. And this was like a trope that they do like a lot with like outsiders coming to a new land and then finding like they have more in common than they do differences and then joining up together and all that stuff. Like very Dances with Wolves, Avatar,
Pocahontas.
blanking on another. There's one more like perfect example of this that I'm
Disney's
blanking on.
Pocahontas, not real life Pocahontas.
Not really.
Yeah, the but there's one other one that I'm just forgetting, but it is very much like that style of like because if you watch Dance with Wolves and you watch this, like him bringing back the bikes and him doing all this stuff, like it is so like it's a beat for beat, very very similar.
Yeah, full disclosure, Drew loves Dances with Wolves.
And I'm gonna
Just so the audience knows that he has an attachment to this film and Kevin Costner. So
love Kevin
I loved Robin Hood.
Robin.
Robin Hood is amazing.
You too.
Christian Slater,
Oh yeah,
Morgan
Morgan Freeman.
Freeman,
There's
Alan
a bunch of
Rickman.
people in that movie.
Jeez,
Alan
dude.
Rickman.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
rip.
R.I.P.
But how do you guys feel about like, so like the aspect of him, yeah, and like finding all that stuff and building the weapon and everything that was super cool and like very Jedi like similar building a spiritual weapon kind of thing. What did you guys think about like the other part of it about like the new like the current time where what he's trying to do assert himself and like what they did with like kind of more the beginning of the episode?
Hmm.
Um, I liked that we saw some uh Jabba's
Yeah.
huts.
Yeah.
We saw some huts.
Hmm.
And the what's his name? The it's like black. What's his? It starts with a K.
Black Chrysanthemum is
Yeah,
the big black Wookiee that they
yeah,
Oh yeah.
and so
That's why I texted you
something
guys. I was like, dude, this is
yes. He
insane.
looks
because do you
badass.
know who that is?
No.
So he apparently is like really big in the new Star Wars comics, and he is like badass. Like him and Boba Fett know each other, and they've like fought each other and all that stuff. Like Black Chrysanthemum has fought Darth Vader before, and like all those people, and that's why he calls him like a gladiator because he literally was a gladiator to like learn how to fight better. And apparently they got every detail about like his costume and everything like perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So like that was
he
super
looks
cool.
so cool. Yeah.
Also,
Um.
oh,
Yeah, and the fact that I think whenever they're gonna fight each other, that's gonna be really cool.
Hmm.
I think Boba's gonna get rocked by him.
I think he's gonna get rocked at the in the end. Either it's gonna be a mutual respect or Boba's gonna win.
Hmm.
I feel like it's gonna be like eventually like yeah that's either gonna happen. He's gonna kill him or they're eventually gonna like join up together. Like it's gonna be like they're gonna make
Common
like
goal.
the three. You know, there's always like the big three or whatever. I feel like maybe they do that, go that route. But I thought having the Huts come in and come back like was like a super cool. Those are like Jabba's cousins, but it also showed the difference between who Boba Fett is telling everybody who he is and how people feel about the Hutts and the difference between like him trying to assert himself rather than what's already been inserted. Because like you see everybody like as soon as they hear like the drums, like they told him he should come in on,
Yeah.
they started drumming, everybody went silent and was like all scared. But to have
Yeah.
both those Hutts, that was super cool, I thought.
Dude, and they looked fantastic. Like
They
not in
looked
terms of
great.
like
Yeah.
their shape and like all that stuff, because they look
They were
disgusting.
super close for brother and sister.
Yeah, but like whether it was puppets or CGI, mix of both, like they looked
Yeah,
great.
they looked very good.
Yeah.
And they did
I felt so bad for the people carrying them.
oh
Dude,
yeah.
I
If
thought
you-
Yeah, I was like, oh no.
I was like, dude, Bobo, you could end this right now. Just shoot one of those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
literally.
whole thing is done.
Did you I was actually watching those guys when I was watching it, and if you look like one of the actors or whatever was like struggling and was like couldn't like barely hold it and was
I
like
saw that
He's a
guy
good
too.
and
actor.
a couple of them were, it was hilarious because it was very realistic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could use more of that. I like the flashback scenes,
Mhm.
and like I know the whole like back half of the episode was that.
Mhm.
I could just I want to see
I think
where it's going because we know
I think
where
we're
the
about to be done
flashbacks.
with the flashbacks.
Okay, because we know where they end.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
expecting we'd see Cobb Vanth like at a distance or something
Yeah.
like that. Like
It's
Boba
like
Fett's
the
like, all right, that's where my armor is, and then
exactly.
we're like, okay, we can be done with flashbacks unless we get Han Solo, and then I'm down.
Mhm. Hey,
So oh, you go.
so
You go.
okay, Justin, something that you brought up a while ago and like news that you dropped on here with them hiring that guy from YouTube, right, to do like the face thing. How good did the reflection of young Boba Fett's face look? Because they used the old actor's like old face, but like a new kid actor. Because they did like the same thing they did in Rogue One when they did Tarkin, but Tarkin like really didn't look that good. I
Yeah.
think like I mean, I didn't look through the credits. I didn't do any due diligence with that, like looking if it actually was this guy, because I don't know his real name. But like, the face swapping thing is noticeably better.
Yeah, when he picked
Yeah.
up that, yeah, they did a fantastic job. And like to be fair, I know it was only 5 years ago, but technology has definitely like
Oh, 100%.
so like
Yeah.
Tarkin was
Somebody
good
said
for the time.
Omega's theme was playing in the background when they showed him.
Dude, I love it when people find that. They're like, you can hear the Crimson Dawn theme when someone mentions this.
Ooh, that's
And
another
I
cool
just
one.
I have to believe you because I don't know
Yeah.
anyone's theme
Yeah.
song except for Anakin and Padme's love song.
Yeah.
That's the and like the Empire.
Yeah. Speaking of Crimson Dawn, so I don't think they're gonna be in this season. I really don't. I feel like the Hutts are gonna be the main bad guys.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that like like I'm kind of hoping that because there's a lot you can do with this series, and
Mhm.
like man, you can like keep going in Mandalorian, do all that stuff. Like I kind of hope that we get like Book of Boba Fett Volume 2 of like the second season. Think of all the
Yeah.
stuff they could do if they don't do it this season, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, we should probably did we do a list already about things we think are going to happen and aren't going to happen?
I think we did it the
The one before.
I don't know. I think we talked about it. Let me
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say like I think the Omega thing would be really cool. I wonder how if they are going to plans to do something with that with her in Bad Batch season 2. I wonder if maybe that you could get something in season 2 of Boba Fett that would tie in with that. And then the Crimson Dawn thing, like I heard that the rumor from Josh at Den of Nerds that we reference all the time, like is super good with like putting information, getting stuff right. Like he was saying that the one leak that came out about this show, because everything is super tight-lipped with the show. The one rumor that was Kira was going to be in it, and apparently she's not.
Mm.
But the
Yeah.
Harrison Ford thing, I think that because I heard like from different, I've seen it on like Twitter on like multiple different like sources and people are quoting stuff and like articles and stuff that apparently he was around the set and he did do some kind of shooting one way or another. 'Cause it's like even if it's like a minute of it or he has like line
Yeah.
dialogue, I think that'd be awesome.
Dude, I'd be fine with just the silhouette of Han Solo in one scene.
Yeah.
I'd be like, cool, he's
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I know. What was it? Maybe it was Bad Batch. We just saw the Millennium Falcon. I was like, just like a nod to it would be good enough for me.
Yeah, I remember they did in the Revenge of the Sith too. I know it wasn't even
Yeah.
might not even have been Lando's at that point, or might
Just
not even been
flew.
the right one. But it's like
Yeah.
flying in Coruscant.
Was
Yeah.
it just a Corellian freighter?
Hmm.
So some stuff. So kind of like to put this in perspective, I was telling BJ this that um from the amount of stuff that we've had from Marvel compared to Star Wars, like I kind of had to get my brain to be thinking back in Star Wars again, right? Like because the
Star
way they're
Wars.
structured, yeah, the way they're structured shows and stuff are just like different in the way we think about like how they run and stuff. So the first episode was still kind of in that mindset. This like firmly put me in that Star Wars mindset where I was able to like start doing research like and watching people's videos about like things that we missed or like little stuff.
Mhm.
Super cool. Like, and that's the thing that these Star Wars shows doing really, really well is like throw Easter eggs in there. Like
Yeah.
and put them kind of like right in your face. And like or if you dig like a little bit, like be like, oh, this was in the original concept art for this, that, and the other, or whatever.
Oh yeah, they
Um,
do a lot of that.
so you remember when Boba goes to steal from the biker gang?
Yeah, does he go to the Takashi or
Tashi Station,
yeah, Tashi
yeah.
Station?
And those two people at the bar that are sitting there, there's a deleted scene from episode 4 New Hope where Luke actually does go to Tashi Station and he's talking to Biggs, his friend, about how he's like joining the Armada or the Navy or whatever you want to call it, the Imperial Navy. And then he has two other friends there.
And that's
I
them.
forget their names, and that's them, like grown up.
Oh,
And
That's cool.
yeah, so I think it was just crazy because it's always like the joke, like I was gonna pick up some power converters at Tashi Station. It's
Mhm.
like the big like everybody points to that when they're talking about like Luke being whiny at the like beginning of his journey. And I
yeah.
just thought it was hilarious that they showed us Tashi Station, which is like of course like
It
John
matched
Favreau.
up. I remember
Yeah.
seeing that thing. Yeah, they do a lot of Easter eggs. If you have any more, that's the only one I can recognize right off the bat.
Well, yeah, just like some stuff with I think like the train, they tried to like at first make it seem like
Oh
it was
yeah.
the crate dragon again, and I was kind of like, oh, they're doing this again.
Uh-huh.
But another thing, like the people that they fought on the train and dumped over, like those are the pikes.
Pikes.
Hmm.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we've never seen the only other time we've seen a pike in live action is in Solo, but we've never seen a pike without their mask on.
So
Yeah.
unintimidating, dude.
So
Yeah.
unintimidating. I was
Smooth
talking
skin,
to
big bulby eyes.
yeah, I
fish.
was like, they're like fishes. But I was
And
talking
they
about this with
go with
Brianna. I was
spice.
like, they're just not intimidating at all
No.
compared to how their reputation is just like,
Mhm.
don't mess with the pikes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Even
they
though
just
every
got
time we see a pike,
torn up.
somebody's messing with them.
And BJ, weren't we talking about this where we're like, oh, like now that Boba Fett cleared like the trade routes and was like, you owe them tribute, the Tusken
Yeah.
Raiders and all this stuff, and like kind of uniting them. We were saying like, what if that's like the people that he calls on when like the Huts come for him, like he has like basically an army of Tusken Raiders, and then
Yeah.
Dude,
is
it's
able to like
Dune.
unite like Tatooine and do all this stuff.
Yeah, dude. Oh my
That's the
god.
story of Dune now. Oh my gosh. I mean, Star Wars is like a lot of influence from
Pulled
I
from
mean,
Dune a lot,
literally,
yeah.
what's the difference between Boba Fett and Timothy Chalamet?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing at all. Yeah, not a single thing. But the Sand people are like the Fremen, Jabba's, the Harkonnen. That's sick. We love to see it.
Ooh, what do you guys think about that lizard that went up his nose?
Oh, I
Ooh.
was like, whoa.
I was like, we're doing
Yeah.
drugs in the show.
Yeah,
That's
it was a full
wild.
Boba trip.
So what I think is like it had to do something with like the Force. Even like the Force just does stuff in mysterious ways. It probably wasn't like super directly connected, but just like he went to a tree in the middle of the desert. Like, how do you even find that?
Finds all living things,
So,
baby.
some stuff like that. Yeah. Just like a hint, nod, something like that.
Yeah.
Could be totally
Possibly.
wrong, but
I don't know, dude. I don't think I can think of any like trippy experiences from Star Wars.
Yeah,
Just off the
they
top
talk
of my
about
brain.
drugs.
So
I don't know, but I did think it was cool how they like showed like him in the tree and then in the Sarlacc pit and like back and forth in the armor, not in the armor, and then
Yeah.
showing who like I guess showing him who Boba Fett really is. With that he doesn't need the armor to be Boba Fett, but there'll be some reason that he needs the armor again.
yeah, no, I could use more armored Boba Fett because that's
Yeah.
one of the coolest things of the Mandalorian, is it's Pedro Pascal, and how little you see him just kind of makes it more
Mhm.
exciting.
I
And I'm
bet
sure Tamara
you
Morrison just wants kind of like, more recognition for the
FaceTime.
role.
Yeah.
And they want him to have like they want the face to be recognized of Boba Fett, not just the mask, which is fine, which is I understand it. Could use a little bit more. So hopefully he gets the armor. Hopefully it's like full blown Boba Fett next episode. I will
Yeah.
say this show is good at world building, specifically Tatooine's the only planet they're on. But like
Yeah.
the cities that they're on in Tatooine, like they look awesome. Like how they're sunken in and they're like you see all
Mhm.
the casinos and just like it looks good. Like I always think of Tatooine as like a bunch of small villages, never like the whole
Yeah.
like Mos Eisley, I guess, but you still only see like a handful of streets when you see it in
Now we see
the
Mos
movie.
Espa.
Yeah.
And
It's like
then
But that's like most of the planets in Star Wars. You only see like a few cities. You never see
Yeah.
like
yeah,
them
and
go
sometimes
across
you
the
only get
world.
like a few streets. Like like the
Yeah.
prequels did a great job of like look how crazy these worlds are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like even the sequels and the original trilogy, because the original trilogy was limited with technology and stuff, so I get it. But it's
And
cool to
seeing
see
Jabba's
more.
palace, like you get to see so much of Jabba's palace is super cool.
What was it a video you guys sent, or did I just like stumble upon this? That they literally took the Battlefront 2 map of Jabba's palace and they said, "All right, this is what it's gonna look like on the inside," and they did
Really?
it. Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So like Battlefront 2 is canon, obviously, but
Yeah.
like even the structures are canon. Like they could have just easily been like, well, we want to change this around for lighting. Like they're like the main one is the same one from Return of the Jedi. Like Battlefront
Mhm.
2 had that, but like all the hallways, every little thing, it's like the same. Like where
That is so
it's
cool.
they do a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like we saw the Rancor pit. I thought it was so funny how they threatened him with it, and then he immediately
Dude, he
like,
folded quick.
and then it
Yeah.
opens up and there's nothing in there. It's like
Uh-huh.
it's
Yeah.
empty.
I thought it was gonna be the Rancor from Bad Batch that was Omega's friend.
Mhm.
Because like wasn't that not the same one? Did we figure that out?
Technically, they say it's different, but I think that like he probably just had like a bunch of them because in the beginning of episode 1 of Boba Fett, they were like, uh, if you spoke to Jabba with such insolence, he would have fed you to his menagerie, and menagerie is like a collection of captive animals.
Yeah.
So like he could have had like a bunch of them, but it's funny because like the last one he had in there was the one Luke killed, and then they immediately went to the Sarlacc pit, so, and then of course like that happened whatever. So it, like they I guess Bib Fortuna didn't want the same thing,
Yeah. Oh. They could
but
do some more galaxy building for the show.
yeah,
I'm fine if they stay on Tatooine. You know what?
Well, okay, so Mandalorian was big galaxy building, going planet to planet. This one's staying in one place, which kind of is what we asked for. So it's kind of hard, right? Like we were like, oh, he's gonna go somewhere else every single time. And we were complaining about that, and they're doing the exact opposite of that.
Yeah, because he's trying to, I guess because like we can go do that with like more flashbacks and stuff if it like pieces together where he went and how like because obviously he had his ship even though he didn't have the armor, but like was we could like flashback to like stuff in Empire when he was like before the Sarlacc or like stuff when he was like like young like OG trilogy kind of area or like right before, but I think most of like the actual like current stuff is gonna be staying on Tatooine just because it's like establishing that he wants to rule just Tatooine.
Exactly. I mean, maybe Fennec could go off world to get someone. Ooh, what if she's like, ooh, I know someone who could help.
Omega.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, sorry. Somebody called me. But what if Fennec like gets Omega to help or something? Because Jabba's or Boba's like reign is, I don't know.
Yeah, their IMDb cast list is pretty locked up. It only says Fennec and Boba for each episode until they actually air.
So apparently too, why there's lack of like rumors and leaks and like cast lists and all that kind of stuff getting out is because they shoot majority of it on the volume and not like actually outside. So a lot of information is easily being like contained. But I mean, you got to think at like a certain point, either whether it be end of season 1 or like season 2, like Dave Filoni is a co-executive producer in this with Jon Favreau, just like Dave Filoni is a creator and executive producer of Bad Batch. Like he's definitely going to be throwing something in there, like he
Yeah.
did with Mandalorian. He
Mhm.
did the same
Yeah.
thing in Mandalorian, and like
Mandalorian would-
and like I'm saying, maybe it takes 2 seasons where it kind of did the same with it kind of took the same amount of time for you to like establish, okay, this is what we have here, let's build it out to like other familiar things like cameos and stuff like that.
Mhm. Hmm.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I can see more cameos because they kind of, when there's cameos in like the new Star Wars shows, the episodes are pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like there's definitely going to be more cameos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could use a familiar face, and maybe people will think that's too like fan servicey. But I
Yeah.
mean,
If it's done
But
right.
we're fans, and
Not
I want to
overdone
be
it.
serviced.
yeah, I want to be serviced, dude. I mean, look at No Way Home. Like I see people being like, "Yo, story wise, it was not good," and I can't even wrap my head around that because of how much I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Seeing all
Exactly.
3 Spider-Man and all that stuff, I was like, dude, I can't even think about that because amazing. So I could use a little more cameo because I just like less interested in Boba Fett as more time goes on. This story is very good, and I
Mhm.
like seeing the Sand or the Tusken Raiders be humanized. I like Fennec, but I was never like, even when I watched Empire Strikes Back for the first time, I was like, whoa, that guy's cool. It's like, dude, take your helmet off. You don't need it. But
Mhm.
obviously, I just said like 10 minutes ago, keep your helmet on. I want to see it on more because that's who you are.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just need a little bit more, just more out of it, I guess. I don't know because there's like it's not cliffhangery. I don't even remember how it ended. I liked the episode. It was good.
Ended with the Haka.
They
Oh, yeah.
were dancing.
Basically the Haka.
Oh yeah,
Dancing in the sand light.
that scene reminded me of Surf's Up when they're like making the surfboard.
Yeah.
I like that part. That was cool.
You know,
Yeah.
I actually I like this Tusken Raider thing, and I'm not trying to give the show a hard time. I just want just a little bit more.
Yeah. I mean, there's only 4 episodes left.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like still we're going to get either the next one, or the one after that is going to be very fillery.
Mm-hmm. I guess I'm like waiting for Boba Fett action, not. I guess Boba is his
Yeah.
regular.
Waiting for
name.
green armored Boba
Yeah,
Fett.
I'm waiting
action.
for the suited up guy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I know that's
I
gonna happen
agree.
soon. I know it will pay off. I
Yeah.
think and dude, like the reactions I'm seeing for these 2 episodes, like I am not surprised, but people just give Star Wars such a hard time these days
Mm-hmm.
that seeing so many people like obsessed with it and like, oh, this is the best thing since Revenge of the Sith, which is wrong, Star Wars theory. Dude, there's been so much Star Wars since 2005. But and dude, he cried over Luke last year. That's the best thing that you've
Yeah.
ever seen. Don't lie. But I'm glad that's getting, it's gaining traction and people are liking it. And I guess I always forget that how many people love Boba Fett.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's definitely doing things for like people who are big Boba Fett fans, but I understand what you're saying about needing more. I think we're going in a good direction now. It's a little worried after episode 1, but I'm thoroughly content with episode 2.
Yeah. Agreed. So what do we think is going to happen next episode?
I don't know. I don't even know where we're going. That's like one of those things where like I couldn't even tell you just because there's no like it ended with him in real time going to bed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then like so
Well, we know the Hutts are gonna be after him. He's probably gonna go talk to them. They're probably not gonna agree on whatever. There's gonna be a fight.
yeah.
But other than that, don't really know.
Probably try to unite the crime lords or something like that.
Mm.
But yeah, other than that, I couldn't tell you.
Who's the biker gang?
They're just a biker gang.
That's
They
it.
on the back of their jacket just said like Tatooine something.
That's funny.
I think they're just like we're just a bad group of dudes. That's how he was just
guys
they-
being dudes.
exactly. They just pointed them out to get their bikes.
Yeah. Okay. We still haven't seen the one girl who looks like Aura Singh. Maybe we'll get introduced to those 2 characters next.
Which one?
There was like a guy riding a motorcycle on the side of a building, and then like a paler woman with like reddish purplish hair, I think. In
I
the
don't
Boba Fett
remember.
trailer.
Oh, you cannot see that.
That's
What
all
we're
I'm saying.
Yeah. That looks like her.
Yeah, maybe I'm misremembering, but there was two people in the trailer, and I was like,
Yeah, I don't know, because remember in Solo they said that what's his face killed Orasing?
yeah, yeah. Oh, I know it's not Aura Singh. I just
Yeah.
know it's someone that like kind of
Looks
resembles
like her.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Hopefully we get Cad Bane.
I think that's another thing. I think we will get Cad Bane. Like, I think definitely.
Ooh.
And that will be super cool. I think that you could probably see that like next episode or something. I think that they are going to try to get something in there to hook, whether that be like Han Solo or Cad Bane or something.
Dude, if they
Ooh,
get
what if
Cad
next?
Bane, that'd be actually sick.
Yeah, what if next episode's like they're talking, they fight, and then the Hutts hire Cad Bane to try to take out Boba?
That would be wild.
That would be wild.
I mean, they hired him to get Omega back, or whoever hired him, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Filoni's behind that.
And Fennec and Cad Bane were like fighting each other, so it would be
Yeah.
a callback to that too.
Mhm.
Oh, that would be so awesome.
That would be cool.
Dude, I feel like that's more likely than Han showing up, which would be cool if Han shows up.
Yeah.
But
I
I
think
would
both
love
can
to
happen.
see Cad Bane in live action, and I hope they get his like dialogue right and his voice and all that. I can't do it for anime.
But get like the actual voice actor and all that stuff. That would be so cool.
And hopefully it doesn't talk like the Trandoshans where they're like, "Hi."
Oh,
Yeah,
that was
it's like-
so. Their mouths look terrible.
It's like, all right.
Their mouths look so bad. I don't understand it.
The Trandoshans, that wasn't the mayor, that was the mayor's assistant, right?
No, the Trandoshans are like the lizard people,
Like
like
Bosk.
Bosk.
Oh, okay.
And then
Because in all the animated ones, they have their whole mouth that talks, but in this one they're just like, the front of their mouth is moving.
Yeah.
other puppets. They're like the OG Ninja Turtles movies. Have you ever saw
Yeah.
those?
Yeah.
But I loved those movies too. Those are so
Yeah.
good. Dude, the Twi'lek casino runner,
Hmm.
she's attractive. She's the most attractive Twi'lek I've ever seen.
Bog.
I'm just saying.
Bog.
I've never seen a yellow or orangey one. Whatever they're.
Yeah.
Really? I thought one of the Jedis was orangey.
No, the
I
Jedi
know there's a
Twi'leks
blue
were
one.
blue.
Yeah. Well,
But yeah,
I'm excited to see what they do.
we'll just
I'm
see.
trying to
next
hate
week.
on it too much. If anyone's like, "Yeah, I love Boba Fett," like he's cool. It's a good show. I'm just I'm ready for things to pick up.
also hoping we get Hera. Just thought of that. No reason, no particular reason. Just I hope so.
It's
Yeah,
always good to have hopes.
Yeah,
But
that's what I call a new hope.
That's how we'll leave it. Yeah. So hopeful and enthusiastic, but we'll see where it goes. But I think that's a good dropping off point for our final review of I should say chapter 2 of Book of Boba Fett. If you guys enjoyed it, let us know. How do you guys think that it can improve, or did you just love the absolute living hell out of it? Hit us up on Instagram, the Bad Batch Podcast. You can also go and comment on our YouTube channel. We'll see you there. That would be pretty cool. A little change of venue. We always love that. Or, tweet at us at Bad Batch Pod on Twitter. So, with that being said, another fun little review for you guys. I hope you liked it, and we'll talk to you again next week for Chapter 3.
Bye.